and everything is becoming green, and I am here for it. I am so excited. I love it. I'm going to make matcha cookies in honor of St. Patrick's Day and be all green and all that. That's the only reason why I'm wearing my green sweatshirt right now. There's a lot of other things I'd rather be wearing in this weather, but I was like, we need to stick to tradition, I guess. I made matcha muffins before, and they were really, really good. I just wanted to try a different recipe this time. So I found a recipe on Pinterest, I think, or like a website, and I'm going to go to Price Chopper to get the ingredients for that. But first, I know I'm late to the game. I'm late to the game in like almost everything, I swear. Like trends, pretty much trends I'm late to. Music, I'll find things that like were trending years ago. Like, oh, I like this thing, and they're like, you're late, and I'm like, thanks. I have never had Dutch Bros coffee before. There's one on my way to work. I pass it every day, but alas, I have never had Dutch Bros before. I don't think there's a ton of hype around it, but like people do be drinking it, and I wanted to at least try it. I don't drink coffee often, so when I do, it's kind of a big deal. I might drink coffee maybe once a week. I used to drink it every day at another job because they had free Starbucks every day and then some like brewed coffee. But I would get like a matcha latte or something like that every day for like the year that I worked there, and that was really fun. But my body did not like it, and when I switched to the other job, they did not have free coffee, so I just stopped. I meant to post more, but like, to be honest, I didn't really have anything interesting to film. It was kind of boring, honestly. Like, I felt like I was busy, but it was just work. And then my phone storage was filling up, and so I had to wait to buy this like little flash drive for my phone to transfer all of the things to it so that I can keep making videos like this and hopefully, you know, better ones in the future. But we're at a start. Like, at least we're starting. Even if it's not perfect now, at least we're starting now and not like never. Not much has really happened since the motocross event, which was my last video. I only have 2 videos. I'm about to hit my year anniversary at the job that I'm working at. So next week or the week after, I get to do a year review. And I'm honestly kind of nervous about that. Also, like, the phone, I'm looking at the camera and she's like wavering like it's a heat wave or something. It is 45 degrees outside, but the sun is really strong. Midwestern weather is so unpredictable because all week we had like temps in the 60s, even 70s. And then yesterday we had snow. And then now it's like super, super sunny, but it's kind of chilly. It feels like a fall day, which I love fall days, but like that's what it is right now. I'm trying to make sure I go to the right place because last time I didn't. What? That's where it is? Are you kidding me? I'm a fool. I am a fool because I missed it. Because they're like, it's on this street. No, it's not. No, it's not. It is on a completely different street altogether. I'm gonna go there and we're gonna try it out. Had to film this on Snapchat because apparently my iPhone storage is full, which isn't true because I just deleted a ton of stuff. And I had the bright idea to go and do this video today without bringing my little flash drive. I think if I brought it, it would have been fine, but I forgot. I'm literally on my street where I could go home and grab it, but I don't want to because no, not today. Next time. So they were super sweet at Dutch Bros, and they gave me and I think everyone else who's going to the drive-thru, they gave us these cool stickers. I feel so special. They're super sweet. And I got the caramelizer. I've never had Dutch Bros, so I don't know. I like caramel. I figured we would play it safe this time around and get that today. But yeah, we're about to try it out, but I need to park somewhere, and I figured I would just go to Price Chopper where I need to get my ingredients and just try it out there. So let's do that. My hair is faded a ton since I colored it like that very first video. I know I keep referencing it, but I'm always interested to see when I dye my hair how it is going to fade. Just because. And I will say, I think I've had a lot of good luck with hair dye fading a certain way. Like, it's always, I mean, so far, every time that I have dyed it, which has usually been like an orangish red or straight up red, straight up orange. This time it's purple. Every time I've dyed it, the fade almost looks prettier than the like initial dye itself. Because I swear, I have had, and I'm not trying to sound vain when I say this, but I have had so many like strangers in stores or whatever compliment me and be like, oh my god, I love your hair color. How did you do it? And I'm like, it's faded Arctic Fox. I went to the salon with my little sister a few weeks back, and she went to get her hair cut, and I was just there chilling with her because we were supposed to shop and all that. And the lady at the front desk was like,
I need to know your, like, you have to tell me your hairstylist secret. Like, who's your hairstylist? What do they do? What did they use? Where do you go?
And I just sat there like, I was kind of embarrassed because I was like, I just used Arctic Fox. And they're like, really? And I was like, yeah, I used Arctic Fox. And
she's like, how much did you lift it? What developer did you use?
Just Arctic Fox. I was like, I didn't bleach it or anything. I have a few random highlights here and there, but like my hair is kind of a light brown. But I didn't do it at all. And
she's like, oh my gosh, the color stayed on so well. It came out, it's lifted really well.
So that was a compliment to me, and that will be replaying in my head for the rest of the year. Alright. It is now time to try the drink. I know, big deal. Let us try. That's actually really good. Very good, very good. Very caramely. It has like this kind of thick taste that like coats your tongue, but in a good way. And I don't think I'm describing that very well, but alas. So that was that. Apparently there's a Dutch Bros much closer to my house than I thought, so I made like half the drive that I thought I would have to. So I need to grab a few things. I know I need eggs, that and unsalted butter, coarse sugar, and maybe coarse salt. I know we have sugar, flour, baking powder, baking soda, brown sugar. I still have matcha powder, but if I decide to be silly and make a massive batch because... Okay, but here's the thing. I have a very big family, so I'm used to making like, you know, a quadrupled batch of something. I also used to work in a bakery where we would make massive batches of things. So the thought of making a batch that only makes like 24 cookies is so wild to me. Even if I only live with 2 other people right now. But I'm
like, what if I want to share it with my family? They all will want to have one. And what if they want seconds?
But we'll see, because the recipe is going to make 24. But I might be silly and decide...
Oh, actually I want 50 or 48 or
whatever. But anyway, let's go to the Price Chopper and get the stuff that we need. Oh my god. They have all the food ingredients that my dad uses to cook. I swear, I'm going to be making all of his stuff. It's guava paste. So I just got out of Price Chopper, and I got a dozen eggs for like $3, which I feel like right now isn't the best, but it could be worse because I have seen like a dozen go for like $8. When we were growing up, we had chickens, and their eggs were absolutely amazing. But anyway, I went in there essentially to get 2 to 4 things. I left with like 12, but it was like, okay, they were essential, okay? They were essential, except some things. I walked into like the produce section, and they had a huge Asian and Hispanic section, and I'm like, cool, I'm gonna take a gander because you never know what they'll have. And I was so excited because I saw products like that my dad uses when he makes Cuban food, because we're Cuban and he's the only one who can make the Cuban food right now.
Well, no, one of my brothers has actually achieved making some Cuban food, but I digress.
Usually he has to go to like a Hispanic market somewhere to get it, but I found it at Price Chopper. Like the brand he uses for his black beans and rice, I found guava paste, and I snatched that up real quick because I haven't had guava pastries in several years because my dad lives out of state. It's hard to kind of get a time that works for everyone to see him. So I have this cookbook that he got, and it has all the ingredients. So when I saw that guava paste, and it's the exact brand of guava paste that we use, I snatched up a package real quick, and I got some cream cheese and what are they called? It's the pastry dough to make croissants. And he has a way to make them more fancy, but when we were growing up and he wanted to make a quick batch, he would use cream cheese on the crescent pastry cans that pop open, like the Pillsbury one, and guava paste. So I got some of that because then I'll be able to make some, and me and my roommates can have it, and it's going to be delicious. But I'm so excited because I've never made them before, but they're like a staple growing up. Funny story, actually. One year when I was visiting my dad, usually when I go up there, it's my time to get my fix of Cuban food, and he'll make the black beans, Cuban pork, rice, pico de gallo, croquetas, flan, oh god, I love flan, tres leches, and some other stuff as well, but he'll usually make that if I come up for like a couple days. And he was like, I have this extra package of guava paste for when you go to college. And so he gave that to me. And it's like this, it's packed paste, right? So it's just it's kind of squishy, but it's like a little square shape. I'll have to show it to you. I go to the airport and they scan my backpack and they pull me aside and they're like, what's this? They thought it was drugs. They thought the guava paste was drugs, and I don't know why. And they're like, what is this? I was like, it's guava paste. And they're like, what's that? It's like, it's a Hispanic thing. Like, it's paste from guava, like the fruit guava, and you can make desserts with the flavor guava paste. I tried to explain it. I'm sure I explained it poorly. And the guy just gave me like the weirdest look. He's like, okay, so it's not drugs. I was like, no. And then he let me go. But I just thought that was really funny. They did that with bath bombs too. They thought it was something else, and I was like, no, it's a bath bomb. So that was funny. That was an interesting experience. But anyway, I just got home. But let me show you what it looks like. But yeah, this is the guava paste. This is a childhood staple of mine. I grew up having some of the most delicious Cuban food I've never had. I don't think any restaurant has really fully replicated the kind of food that my dad and my abuelita can make. So I I don't get it a lot. The funny thing is I have a cookbook where I could make it myself. I will say I am a little bit intimidated to make it because it just seems like some of it's a little difficult. And I'll be honest, my baking and cooking skills are not where I would like them to be. But that is kind of a goal right now, is to bake and cook more. Because I love restaurants and takeout, but I'm getting kind of tired of having to leave the house to be able to eat delicious food when I know I can make it there. And the thing is, I used to bake and I feel like cook a lot more when I was younger, and then I started working and went to college, and since then it's been kind of a downward spiral. But I'm gonna go inside and start working on the matcha muffins. My roommates are doing their meal prep dough, so I probably won't be able to film any of it, but sometime I would like to film more like baking and cooking, because I think that will be fun for me to have. Most of these videos, in all honesty, are kind of just video diaries that I can post on the internet and look back when I am old and gray and be like,
Oh, look how much fun I was having.
but you're here along for the ride as well, so yeehaw. 2.5 cups of flour. 1. 2. Making a massive mess. Let's see what's next. 2.5. I think it's 2.5 tablespoons of matcha. Let me check. Hopefully I have enough. 1. 2. It smells so good. Lovely. Time for the wet ingredients. So we have 1 cup of butter. So we're gonna scoop over a teaspoon of this. Like this much. And then we'll roll it in some sugar. These are not perfect spheres. I think these matcha cookies turned out really well. They taste like a matcha latte. They're so good.